Digital Dragon. I know I look a little different. new new outfit I'm trying. New outfits I'm trying. So Azaria, it's been a couple of days. Um, oh, I forgot to put on my lights. There we go. All right. So Azaria, it's been a couple of days. It's just I guess I've just been busy. Um, I just got home from a couple months of being away, so I guess it's just me. And with my arm, I know I'm not in a. It's not in the arm brace, but it is still sore. So when I do lift things, I am using it. Like when I hit lifting heavy things, I do use it. Um, I'm not using it now because I'm not going to be lifting heavy things. I'm gonna have a lot of things, but not lifting heavy things. And most heavy and anything most of the time I can just use the put the weight on my left arm instead of my right. Uh, so I can do it. Uh, so I've been having days. I've been moving things around, as you can tell. I'm gonna be moving more things around going forward, but it should be better. I've just been having some rest days where I just these are basically rest days where I'm not doing any heavy lifting, where I can actually kind of relax my arm. One sec. Turning off notifications. Sorry about that. So I am going to be doing some showing you, as you can tell by the title, I am going to show you my consoles and games that I have for each console. And I have a lot, as you can see, I have a lot of consoles. This is a big table full of games and consoles. These are not including my handheld games, other than my Game Boy Advance games, because I have gotten the ROMs for those, so I will be playing some of them on through online, or like through this. But right now, but my DS and PSP games for now, I will be in the future playing them. At least PSP games. I just need to get a PSP to um, PSP to HDMI jack, so I can do that. Um, I am going to be getting one in the next few months, so hopefully sometime early new in the new year I'll be having them. But with taking a trip in December and before that, having the new Pokemon game Scarlet and Violet out, going to be full. I'm going to be. It's not going to be before the end of the year that I'm going to be getting one. So that being said, um, I will start with my Game Boy Advance games, just to show that I have the actual physical cartridges. So I have Pokemon Leaf Green, Pokemon Emerald. I know some of these are not good looking. A lot of these are old. I've had them for like since they came out. A lot of them. Pokemon Fire Red, Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Ruby. I have Dragon Ball Z Tetsega. Some of these when I was younger, I also for some reason peeled off the sticker on some of them. Um, okay. So this is Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stone. I have Dragon Ball Z Tetsuga. So this is the Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure. I have Brother Bear. This is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, and yes, I am going to be playing that. Actually, I'm probably not going to be playing this one specifically because it did come out with the recreation of on the Switch. So I'm going to be playing the Switch version more. And there's Minish Cap, which I will be playing. That I love. Like, this is an amazing game. There's Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2. There's Mega Man Battle Network 6, Cybeast Grigan. There's King Kong. There's Mega Man Battle Network 5, Team Proto Man. There's Spirit Detective Yu Yu Hakusho. The Shaman King Legacy of the Spirits Sprinting Wolf. That's what this is. There's Mega Man Battle Network 6, Cybeast Felzar. There's Mega Man Battle Network 2. There's Golden Sun. There's Mega Man Battle Network 3, White. And then there's Mega Man Battle Network 5, Team Connell. So those are my Game Boy Advance games. Like I said, I have the cartridges, and these are the games I'm actually going to be playing. And any more Game Boy Advance games that I have that I will be playing, like I said, I have the actual physical cartridges, so having the ROMs is not bad. It's just a way for me to be able to play it with you, for you viewers. Until I can get the attachment for the GameCube, then I'm going to be actually playing the physical cartridges. So those are those. The first console that I'm going to show you is going to be this one. So one of the oldest consoles that I have. It's fairly newer to me. Okay, so it's first released in Japan. This is the Sega Master System. It was first released in Japan in October 2000, or on October 6th, 1990. And then North America and Europe in 1991. And then Australia and New Zealand in 92. Like I said, this is... I've just recently gotten this not that long ago. I haven't been able to play it on the system because it does use the coaxial, not the audio video. So I need to get either a cord to use the audio video or to get a coax to HDMI converter, which I do plan on getting one day. Because I do plan on getting some that were only available in coaxial and stuff like that. So I do plan on getting ones in the future. For this one, I only have one game so far, which is Action Fighter. It just goes in here, like an actual cartridge, and then the power button's right here. This is the reset and the pause button. So I do have the Sega Master System, like I said. I will be playing this in the future once I get the converter. So you will see that in the future. I'm also doing this to clear off this table because I'm going to be using it. Okay. So the next console I'm going to grab. They're not going to be in order. of all the, I'm just going to show you the console that I'm just going to show you the console, and then go from there. Whatever one I can get first. This, of course, is the Wii U. I do have, like I said, I do have the Wii U, so I will be playing those games. The games that I have for the Wii U. Oh no, I missed 3. Oh, the Game Boy Advance games. Sorry. For more Game Boy Advance games, I have the Final Fantasy VI, Rayman 10th Anniversary, and Kirby's Nightmare Dreamland. So I have more. I have a few more games. I have a few games for the Game Boy Advance. Sorry about that. I just found them. I just saw them as I was grabbing my Wii games. That I don't actually have the disc for. So I have the cases. So I have Skylanders Supercharged for the Wii U. I also have it for the PS3. So you'll be seeing me play it from the PS3. I have Nintendo Land. Of course, it came with the console. Mario Party 10. Wii Party U. I think this one also came with the console. Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Hyrule Warriors. I love these series of games. I know they're not canon, but still. Super Smash Bros. U. New Super Mario Bros. U, sorry. Xenoblade Chronicles. Bayonetta 2, but this also comes with the original Bayonetta, so I will be playing those 2. Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2. I want to get Epic Mickey first and play through that before I play its sequel. Then there's Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. So this is an enhanced version. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Mario Kart 8, but I have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch, so I'm going to be playing that one instead of this one. I have Splatoon. This is the original one, so I'm probably going to get Splatoon 2 and 3 later on, depending on how you guys like it. I have Super Mario Maker. I'm probably going to get 2 later on once I play some of that. I have Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, and this one does come with some amiibos, but they're like the cards. Super Mario 3D World. This one came with the Switch. Not the Switch, the Wii U when I got it. So it came with 3 games. The Nintendo Land, the Wii U Party, and then the new Super Mario 3D World. Wind Waker HD. I like this one. And I will be playing that. And then Pokken Tournament. I have the one for the Switch, so I will be playing that one and not this one. This one does come with the amiibo card for Shadow Lucario as a playable character. But the one for the Switch, the one for the Switch automatically comes with one. So, yeah, won't be playing that one. Alright, so that's the Wii U. I have a few digitally downloaded games in there, so I'll be playing some of those as well. Not a lot in the Wii U. But I do have the Wii, which does have a bunch of digitally downloaded games like Pokemon Rumble and a bunch of other games that are no longer available due to the Wii Shop being done. So I have a bunch of games on here that I will be playing through. Like I said, the original Pokemon Rumble is going to be one of them. So you'll see a bunch of those games that are for this. So with that, I believe it has the second most games that I have is the Wii. So I have Sports Resort, Twilight Princess, uh, Naruto Shippuden, Dragon Blade Chronicles. I have Spectrobes Origin, Metroid Other M, Final Fantasy V, The Crystal Bearers, We Fit, We Fit Plus, Metro Prime Trilogy. This is in a aluminum case. Pokemon Battle Revolution, Zelda Skyward Sword, Wii Sports. This came with the Wii. Soul Calibur Legends, Monster Hunter 3 Try. I think that's how you say that one. Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. This is based off of the movie. This is one that you can actually swap the cover around. So this is an alternative cover art for Pandora's Tower. So there's the artwork. Link's Crossbow Training. And yes, I did put it in its own case. Even though it's just like the little sleeve. Just in there. Another Metroid Prime trilogy. One of them is a European release and one of them is a North American release. I have to test them out and see which one that is. I hope it's the one in the metal case, and then I can either give this one in a giveaway or sell it. Arcade Shooting Gallery. Celebrities Sports Showdown. Yeah, some of these, like, this used to be, like, this is was a family console. But, so so a lot of these games, like, were for a family. And, like, the sports game, like, this sport game my mother got Wii Play. Smash Bros. Brawl. Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2010. That's 12 years old now. Prince of Persia Rival Swords. Sea of Monsters: The Prehistoric Adventure. I got this Wii is when it was first came out. Just saying. Mad World. Again, this is an alternative art. Because some of these case sleeves are reversible, some of them are not. This is for the Xenoblade Chronicles. For the Wii. Then there is Chicken Blaster. Ultimate Game Board Collection, 12 classic games from around the world. So games like Sudoku, checkers, chess, mahjong, puzzles, and backgammon. Backgammon. Just show you on the back. So, as an example for some of the games that are on there. And there's Maramusa, the Demon Blade. And then another one based off of a movie, Jumper. That's an old movie. So that's the Wii games that I have. Like I said, I will be playing. A lot of the games I will be playing will be on the Wii U, except for the digitally downloaded games. That are on the Wii. Like I said, this is a family console, so this is my family's console. So, I just use it so I can play the digitally downloaded games that I can't play on my Wii U. because by the time I got the Wii game, the Wii shop channel was already down. Okay, another old console. Okay, man, it's like, okay, so this one came out. This is the second gen version of it, and it came out before the Master System. Yeah, this is Genesis's crown jewel, the Sega, or this is Sega's crown jewel, the Sega Genesis. It is the longest lasting Sega console, and was only beaten out by its only really good CD or like disc based game console, the Sega Dreamcast, which I do not have, and I do plan on getting one day in the future. Like I said, this was released October 29th, 1988. Yeah, this is old. It's way older than me. Oh, I say way older than me, but it came out 7 years before I was born. So I do have a few games for the Sega Genesis. Not a lot, but I do have a few. I have Batman Forever. I have Mortal Kombat 2, which is a good game. This is the first Mortal Kombat that had Mortal Kombat 2 was the first game port Mortal Kombat that did not have the child settings, so it had the blood and gore and stuff like that. I believe my Sega Genesis I have the ability to use audio video ports, which is good. I have Tough Man Contest. Then I have Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This one probably came with the console because it says not for resale. This is probably a console release game. So, and like these, I didn't originally have these. We were mostly Nintendo, and then when it came out, we were PlayStation. So we got the PlayStation 2 and 3 for family consoles. I just kept with both. I just got the Sega Genesis I got before the Master System, which makes sense. And I will be playing the Genesis on some days. I might just hook it up to my TV. Like if I just might like what I was doing originally, hook it up to my TV and play it via my camera, and like record it via my camera. It's like I've done that before. That's how I started. Another old console. The PlayStation. This is specifically the PlayStation 2 Slim. As you can tell, it's a lot slimmer. It is a top loader. So this one. July 26, 2001. This one specifically was manufactured because that's what it says on the date here. Yeah. This one specifically was released on the 26th of July, 2001. Yeah. So I have a few games for the PlayStation 2. And I have a few because this one's also backwards compatible for the PlayStation game. I have a few PlayStation games as well. I completely just remembered. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab them from their places. Okay. So for the PlayStation games, I have Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy IX, Digimon World 3, Digimon World 2, Digimon World, and then Digimon Digital Card Battle. And for those who want to know how to play the Digimon card games, the rules have changed drastically. A lot more than the Pokemon card game has changed. So I learned how to play the Pokemon card game by playing the Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy Color. At least the ROM. And the rules are the same. They don't change. They haven't changed drastically over the years. And I do keep up with the rules for Pokemon. However, the original way to play the Digimon card game is drastically different from the current way to play the Digimon card game. So I will be learning how to play the current version, as well as, of course, playing the past version of the game, of the one that I currently have. Anyways, the PlayStation 2 games that I have are Final Fantasy 12. This is just in an empty case. Onimusha, Onimusha 2, and Onimusha 3. Soul Calibur 2 and 3. Digimon World 4 and Digimon World Data Squad. And this one is... Oh, that's a PlayStation 3 game, not a PS2 game. Sorry. So those are the PlayStation 2 games that I have. Like I said, you will be seeing me play those games, as I cannot get any of them for... I do not have any of them for the later consoles. So, you will see them in the future. That's my PlayStation 2. I guess I'll go with the only console that I have for the Microsoft. And that is the Xbox 360. This is the black version. Which means it actually has fans. Instead of the white version, which you had to get an external fan. And this also has an internal memory, so you don't have to worry about getting external memory. So this one, the Xbox is backwards compatible for some Xbox games. I have one Xbox game that it is backwards compatible for. I tested it. And that is Soul Calibur 2. The reason why I have more than one copy of the same game, which as you saw in the PlayStation 2 version, I have Soul Calibur 2 as well, is because they have different guest characters. Soul Calibur 2 for the PlayStation 2 has a Tekken character. The Xbox has Spawn. And I'll tell you the next one when we get to it, because I got all three. Then I have Digimon All-Star Rumble, Soul Calibur 5 and 4, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Automodius Excellent, Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13 2, Fable 3, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Divinity 2, Skylander Swap Force, Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, as well as Forza 2. Yeah, this came in a dual pack. That's the only reason why I have a racing game. This is Dragon's Dogma, Darksiders, and then because I do have a Kinect now, I do have some Kinect games, and I am planning on getting more in the future. I have Kinect Sports, Motion Sports, Dance Central, Winter Stars, Just Dance 2 Kids, Wipeout 3, Kinect Adventures, and Let's Cheer. Yeah, you're gonna see me cheer in a Kinect game. And fail. Some of these things, some of the sports, I am going to do some sports games now that I have more room behind me. But you'll also note that I am not a sportsy person. So I'll mostly be playing sports, and by that I mean I'm going to be flailing wildly, depending on the game. So that's the Xbox 360. Let's go with this one. The Nintendo 64. It has, at the time, for those who want to know why it has a 64, for a time there was something called the Bit Wars, which was the second console war, because there's the first console war, which was Atari versus, or which was when Atari went out of commission. Basically, they stopped making good consoles, and then the second one was the Bit Wars. What bits are? I don't know. I think it was like the amount of pixel, like the amount of polygons in a, how to make like more 3D-esque. Because the less pixels you have, the more 2D it looked. The more pixels you have, or the less bits you had, the more 2D it looked. The more bits you had, the less, or the more 3D it looked, I guess. 64 spawned a bunch of cult classics like Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, a bunch of those game titles. So this is one of the original 64s that came out in North America. We got it within the first couple of years of having it. This used to be a family console. Then when we got the GameCube, it was passed down. It was turned into a more private console, and now I have it as one of my consoles in my collection. This is mine. All the games I have are mine. Stuff like that. So because this is really old, it's Nintendo's third console, third generation console. Sorry. It is old. I believe it came out in 96. I was 1 when this came out. Yeah. So these games are old. So not all of them are well taken care of. Some of them we got secondhand. But all of them work. I've tested all of them recently. That's how I know they work. So this is Super Mario 64. I know the cover won't say, but like I said, these are old. We've had these for like 26 years. Mario Party, the original Mario Party, which I will be playing. That seems like it'd be a good one to do some Let's Plays of. Pokemon Stadium. This is the one I was messing with because there was a price tag on there. So Pokemon Stadium, this is the original Pokemon Stadium, so the Gen 1. Pokemon Stadium 2 is Gen 2. Pokemon Snap. This is a good one. This is the original one. This is, again, Gen 1 only. And there was only 50-something Pokemon that you can take pictures of. The new Pokemon Snap is phenomenal. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love the new Pokemon Snap. But sometimes you just can't beat the original. Even though the new one looks so much better. This one like, if it wasn't for this one, we wouldn't have that new one. Super Smash Bros. The original. Donkey Kong 64, another cult classic. And then this one's a big one, and I will be playing it. Majora's Mask. This is a direct sequel for Ocarina of Time. This is the first game after the split off of the timeline. And this is the first game, like, this is after Ocarina of Time. Because Ocarina of Time, there was a split off. There's the child timeline. Or, sorry, there's the adult timeline, which is where you actually defeat Ganondorf and Ganon and save Hyrule in the future. Except when Link is 16. Because he is 9 as a kid and 7 years past. Yeah. That is actually canon. That's his age. However, he gets sent back in time via adult Zelda and the Ocarina of Time to relive his child memories. That spawned the adult timeline, which is where Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks fall in line. Where there is actually no Spirit of the Hero until the hero wins. Which basically he in the adult timeline, the Spirit of Wind, or the Hero of Winds, is the first hero of that. Because in Skyward Sword, Demise, which is the main enemy, spoiler alert, he's the big enemy. He's the one that spawned all the evil in Hyrule. And it's what made Ganondorf evil. So the Spirit of Winds, which is from Wind Waker and Phantom Hourglass, specifically not Spirit Tracks, because the one hero from Spirit Tracks, which is the hero of trains, is not. He actually became a trained to work with trains. So it was not the same as this Hero of Winds. So there is a time difference between Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. So the Hero of Winds, which is the hero from the Wind Waker, becomes the first spirit of the hero, because he wasn't actually chosen by the goddesses, like most of the links from the other series are. Rest of the series are. His daughter or his sister was kidnapped by the Helmrock King on the orders of Ganondorf to find Princess Zelda. 1 second. So he basically forced the goddesses to choose him as a hero. So, because the adult timeline no longer had the spirit of the hero, the Spirit of Winds became the new spirit of the hero and was reborn in each consecutive time in the adult timeline. So there will always be a hero in each timeline. So that's the adult timeline. There's the child timeline, which is the timeline where went back in time, or went back to relive his childhood, which is where Majora's Mask comes right after. It's a direct sequel to Ocarina of Time. Spoiler alert for people who might not know the story, even though it's an old story. At the end of Ocarina of Time, Navi leaves, because Navi's basically Ocarina of Time. Link was the only Hylian, because he was Hylian, in the Kokori Forest, which was a bunch of Kokori children. Basically, kind of like Peter Pan and that story. So basically, the Kokori could not age as long as they were under the Great Dooku Tree. But Link, because he was not an actual born Kokori, he was a born Hylian. They look similar as kids. He was the only one without a fairy, because each Kokori child is gifted with a guardian fairy that watches over them and helps them in everyday life. Link was the only one that didn't. It wasn't until the beginning of Ocarina of Time where Link actually got his fairy partner named Navi. Navi game-wise was to be able to help the player navigate the first 3D world of Zelda with a bunch of interacting with things and stuff like that. Because Ocarina of Time was the first 3D Zelda game. So there's a lot of new things that players had to be taught. Now that they're just like normal everyday things that happen in every Zelda game. But at the end of the whole series, the whole Ocarina of Time shenanigans, and once Link goes back in time to relive his youth, Navi just leaves. It's like, we have no idea what happened to her. A lot of people think she died, because a lot of times in folklore, when a lot of animals, when they die, they go off on their own to die in private, to not have their friends or family see them die. There's also because the Great Dooku Tree is gone, Navi no longer had a mission. Her mission was done. She was to help Link become the hero of time. And she does. And then at the end, it's like, she's probably dying. So she left to not have Link see her die. That's a possibility. She could have just be alive and went back to the Great Dooku Tree. We don't know. So the events of Majora's Mask takes place directly after that, where Link is trying to find his friend Navi on Epona. I won't spoil the story of Majora's Mask, because I am going to be playing Majora's Mask on stream, and like this one specifically. So I am going to be playing the actual Majora's Mask console. So you will see those games going forward. Not the Majora's Mask remaster, because that was on the I know Majora's Mask. Was Majora's Mask actually remastered? I think so, but I think it was only on the DS. Anyway, or the 3DS. Sorry. Anyway, so you'll see me play Majora's Mask, which is phenomenal. I do believe that it's because a lot of people believe that Termina is not real, that it is or it's from another dimension, parallel world, whatever, because of the same textures and stuff like that. that they used from Ocarina of Time, because Ocarina of Time had, or because Majora's Mask had, it was so much constraint and so much of a rush to get Majora's Mask out that they had to use a lot of the things from Ocarina of Time just to have the Majora's Mask come out when it did. Um, that being said, I do believe that Termina is like the Goron City, the Zora River, and like the Goron City and the Gerudo Valley. Basically places, because he's walking in the Lost Woods, which is where because in Ocarina of Time, the Lost Woods are nowhere near the Goron Valley or the Zora River, but there's a teleporter to go there. Like there's a lot of magic in the Lost Woods. So I do believe that he found a portal, like a teleporter, to Termina. And the moon wasn't just going to destroy Termina. It was actually going to destroy the whole of Hyrule. Like the whole world. Because, like, if the moon crashed into the Earth, the Earth wouldn't be around. So that's what happened. That's what I believe happened that's what I believe what Termina is. I won't go into any more spoilers about it. Then I'll go to the oldest console. Or one of the... What year did this come out? Huh. Yeah, oldest console. The Nintendo Entertainment System. Or just the Nintendo. This came out in 85. 10 years before I was born. Yes, that does mean I was born in 95. This is a really old console. Like I said, this is the oldest console that I have. I do plan on getting the Atari 2600 and stuff like that, some older consoles, but this is the oldest one that I have right now. And I only have one game for it. It's one that came with the system. It was the Duck Hunt. Well, technically it's two. The Super Mario Bros. Is it? Yeah, Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt. Basically, open up this. Put that in all the way in. And press down. Jump it up. You press down again. And pull it out. This is called the front loader. Because there's also a top loader, which is like most consoles that have cartridges are top loader, like the Master System, the Genesis, and the 64. They're all top loaders. This is the only front loader that I have. I will be getting more games for the Super Nintendo. It's weird, like the Sega Genesis and Sega Master System, which both came out after the NES, uses coaxial. But the Super NES, like the NES uses the audio video cables, which are the red, yellow, and white cables. I mean, no. So that's the Nintendo. That's the NES. That being said, I have its direct sequel, which is the Super Nintendo. Phenomenal game, love it. It's like it has a bunch of games with it, a bunch of cult classics like the Mario's, like Super Mario World and stuff like that. Super Mario 3 is the best. Said to be the best one. I only had the Super Mario World because, well, probably came with a console. And then I have one game that now it has a cult class. Now it's classified as a cult classic, but back then it was just like, you got Nintendo Power, which was basically before internet. You got these magazines that you would look through with newest games that coming out and stuff like that, walkthroughs, cheats, all those kind of things that you can find online now, but couldn't back then because there was no internet, or it was dial-up, which was not good. So this is the eject button. So you basically, so this game, we only got two. We only got one version because this is a trilogy. But we didn't get one and we didn't get three. We got two. We got Earthbound, which is Mother 2 from Japan. I wish we would have gotten the original Mother and Mother 3, which came on the Game Boy Color, I believe. Basically, put it in here, push it down, and then to get it up, you just press the eject button. And this one actually has a lever. Push that up for on, push down for off. Then you have the eject button. You actually have to slide it. It's not just an accidental push. And you actually had to put some pressure onto the eject button to actually eject it. So it did have a bunch of safety features. So that you didn't have to, or you couldn't accidentally reset it or turn it off or eject it or whatever and ruin the game, ruin your save file or anything like that. So it was good. This did a lot. It's the same thing with the Sega, with the NES. Buttons were a lot harder because there were buttons, you press them. But you couldn't just eject a game without actually meaning to eject it. At least the side loader. Or the front loader. Only a few more consoles. The only console I'm not going to show is my PS4. But you guys know I have the PS4 and I'll show you the games for it. This is the original. This is not the Slim. Or this is the Slim again. Sorry, the PS4 Slim that I have. So if you want to look at it, look it up. But it's being used. I have it underneath my monitor. I have things attached to it. So I'm not moving it. Because it takes too much to reattach them. So that being said, because I've already talked about my PS4, I'll show you my PS4 games. So you know exactly what I have. So I have Kingdom Hearts, all in one package. This is all the Kingdom Hearts games. From Kingdom Hearts 3 to A Story So Far, which has the 1.5 and 2.5 HD remix, and 1.8 HD remix. So it's basically 3 discs in one package. I have Xenoverse 2, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Digimon World Next Order, Digimon Cyber Sleuth, which is what I've been playing, and Hacker's Memory, Digimon Survive, which I have been playing, Rock of Ages Make and Break, Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition, Injustice 2, Soul Calibur 4, this is Spider-Man for the PS4, it's just Spider-Man, Final Fantasy 15, Persona 5, and this is again an aluminum case, Far Cry Primal, and then God of War. And again, this is the alternate art for the God of War. So like I said, those are my PS4 games. You will be seeing me play those games. Same with all my other games that you'll see me play. At least the most recent version of that specific game that I have. Okay. Okay. Then I have my Nintendo Switch, which, yes, I have the Pokemon skin. I love the console. It's a nice handheld console, but you can also turn it into a... Like, this is making a perfect console, basically. I believe. Because the Switch, it's great handheld. It has a nice it has a perfect size screen for handheld. But you can also plug it into a TV or a computer. So it's like to me, it's like the perfect console. Because it's like, it has the best of both worlds and amazing gallery. Just to name a few. I have Starling Battle for Atlas, Digimon Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition, Mortal Kombat 11, Kaze and the Wild Masks, Pokken Tournament DX, this is the one I will be playing, New Pokemon Snap, Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, Legends Arceus. And yes, that is the actual pronunciation. It is Legends Arceus. It did used to be Arceus, as that's how it would sound it out normally. I think just with the spelling. However, because Arceus sounds so much like a British slang for butt, they changed it to Arceus. That is the reason. Then I have Paper Mario Origami King, Super Mario Odyssey, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, Breath of the Wild. I will be getting its sequel, Tears of the Kingdom. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This is a phenomenal story. Like, there's a phenomenal story in this game, and I absolutely love it. Cronus Before the Ashes, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. And yes, there's a reason why I say Z instead of Z. Then I have Ring Fit Adventure. So I will be playing these games, like I said, on my channel. And now that I have much more room, I can actually play some of the sports games. And I will be actually playing the sports games. Not just pretending to play them. Or jokingly playing them. I will actually be playing them, and they will be... Because I want to lose some weight. I figured I can do that by playing the sports games. Right, before I go to the next console, I do have some Game Boy Color games. This is Pokemon Crystal, the Game Boy Color. And then I believe this is Dragon Quest Monster, the original. I'm going to be playing the English versions, of course, because I don't speak Japanese. I just got these, and these can play, like, the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy Advance SP are not country locked. Like, the handheld consoles are not country locked. So I can play Japanese games on a North American handheld console. I just cannot play a Japanese game, like a Japanese game, on a North American console. Like, say, the Wii, for example. I can't. Because those are country locked, which is weird. Second last console, and another older console. This one came out in 2001. Same with PS2. Same generation. Makes sense. That is the Nintendo GameCube. And honestly, also brought a bunch of phenomenal cult classics. And games that I still absolutely love. Gotta watch out for this open button if you do get one, because sometimes they do stick. Uh, so clean that out every so often, or make sure you don't have toddlers playing with it. Uh, we were kids, and this is this is our second GameCube. Uh, the first one had the open button was stuck, got stuck. So that's the GameCube. I do have a few GameCube games. Just a few. Now these ones are different because the games are a lot smaller. I have Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, Scorpion King, based off of the movie. Trigger Man. Don't know if that's based off of the movie or not. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Pinball Hall of Fame. Super Smash Bros. Melee. And yes, I have every single version of the Super Smash Bros. Series. Absolutely love it. Nope, this one doesn't have a disc. Sorry. Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, this one turned into a cult classic. Wind Waker. And this one does include Ocarina of Time and Master Quest. So it is 2 discs. Absolutely love this series. Turok Evolution. And these two, hands down, these two are the best spin-off Pokemon games. Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness. Like, these are the absolute best spin-off Pokemon games. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. Then we have Four Swords Adventure. I believe this is this the Fallen timeline? Nope, this is after Twilight Princess. This is in the adult timeline. So it goes Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, and then Four Swords Adventure quite a few years in the future. So this is not the Hero of Twilight, this is the Hero of Light. The Legend of Zelda Four Swords, which was for the Game Boy Advance, are the Hero of the Four Swords, which is different. That's from the Fallen timeline. Yeah, it's weird. We haven't actually seen the Four Swords in the adult timeline. We know it's there because the Minish Cap is before Ocarina of Time. And, spoiler alert, at the end of Minish Cap, the main sword that you have turns into the Four Swords so that you can seal Vati, which is the main enemy of Minish Cap and the Four Swords and Four Swords Adventure. So that's my question: is where in the future timeline, where's the Four Swords? I hope that we do find it out in the future, and that there's a more different version. And then I have Soul Calibur 2. And as you can see, the guest character, Link. I believe that is the Hero of Time Link. So adult Link from Ocarina of Time. As the guest character for the GameCube version of Soul Calibur 2. It could just be a completely different Link as well. I don't know. That's my GameCube. Wow, it's been over an hour. Well, luckily, we're on our last console. Well, my last console. Well, for now. I will be getting more consoles in the future. And anytime I get more games, I will do a video on the game, like what games I get. Like if I get multiple games and I'm only playing one, at the beginning of that I'll show you which games I got. And if I get a console, I'll show you the console type of thing. So you'll always be up to date with what I have. Last console is a PS3. And this is not the PS3 Slim. This is a PS3 Thick. Because it is thick. And the Slim has a sliding cover. I know because I had the PS3 Slim. And this is the console that I have the most games on. Yeah. I have a lot of games for the PS3. So I have Mod Nation Racers for the PS3. This is just a different I have Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. God of War Collection, so God of War 1 and 2, specifically. I have Final Fantasy X and X-2. Final Fantasy 13, Lightning Returns. I have Tales of Grace F, which you have seen me playing on my channel. Tales of Exalia. Tales of Symphonia. Tales of Exalia 2. Avatar the game. Front Mission Evolved. I have Dante's Inferno. Xenoverse. Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods. Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. Haino Kuni. Wrath of the White Witch. Or Ni no Kuni, sorry. Heavenly Sword. Sports Champion. I do have the motion controls and the camera for that. I have, as you've seen, Spyro's Adventure, Skylanders Giants, Skylanders Swap Force, Skylanders Trap Team, and Skylanders Superchargers. I do want to get Imaginators, but it's hard to get and they're expensive. But I do want to get it for the PS3 to get the whole series on the same console. Just for the aesthetic reason, just for aesthetic purposes. Because I have some of the other ones on different consoles. Like I have the Superchargers for the Xbox 360, and I have Superchargers for the Wii U, and Trap Team for the Xbox 360. But I have them all for the all except for Imaginators for the PS3. So that's what the console I'd want it on. Soul Calibur 4, Ashura's Wrath, Tomb Raider Underworld, Infamous 2, I don't know how to pronounce this one. Ateller's Moreau, The Apprentice of Arland, Eco and the Shadows of Colossus. This is a 2-in-1. Hyper Dimension Neptuna and its sequel Mark II, MK2. Batman Arkham Asylum. A Realm Reborn Final Fantasy 14. Ooh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was Final Fantasy. The Cursed Crusade. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion. This is Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. The Guided Fate Paradox. And Time and Eternity. So those are all my games and consoles. As you can tell, I got a lot. Not too much. You can never have too much. And I love the console games. It's like, don't get me wrong, I will play some computer games. But I prefer having the physical game if I can. If it only comes out in digital copy, then I'll get it digital. But if it comes out physical copy, I'm getting the physical copy. As that's just how I prefer to play my games. Like, say, for example, the newer Pokemon games. You can get them online, like through the Switch eShop. Like, you can. Don't get me wrong. I don't knock people who do that. I won't, because I prefer having the physical copy. Again, like I keep saying. But like I said, if I can only get it in through digital means, I will get it through digital means. I'm not going to knock people who only get the digital copies. I prefer showing off my collection. As what I just did. I showed off my collection. Don't get me wrong, I do have some digital versions, like a lot of the original Pokemon games. Like the Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon games. I have them all on digital copy. I paid for them on digital copy through the Nintendo eShop for the 3DS when they came out. I got all of them. Even Pokemon Blue. Even Pokemon Green. So I do have, because I do not have a capture card for this 3DS, I cannot play through the eShop that way. So that way, I am going to be playing them through my emulators. Like I said, I have the physical, like I have the games, whether they're digital or physical. I'm going to be playing them because I have them. But they're going to be emulators. Or they're going to be emulated because, well, I can't play the actual physical games. If I have, like, I do plan on getting the actual physical versions of the games. Because the 64, like the Nintendo 64, they have something called the Rumble Pack. Something that you can... This is not an actual 64 controller. It is just a model, like, because it's one that can uses USB. It's in the back here, normally, and it, even though it does work, you cannot put any packs in there because it won't work. But you can actually slide things in there, and there's actually one. I believe I have it. I have it in here somewhere. Where you can actually slide the Game Boy Color games in there. There's also something that you can get for the Super Nintendo that you can play the games in through the Super Nintendo as well. I do plan on getting that because that would probably actually work better because I don't have to open up Pokemon Stadium to go into that section. So I might do that. And play the actual physical game cartridges that way for the Game Boy Color. But for the Game Boy Advance games, I do have to get the specific attachment for the GameCube, and that's expensive to get. It's something that slots into the bottom of the GameCube, like through these, because these come out, and there's little attachment ports in some of them, like in that one there, and in that one. Like I said, I 100% plan on getting the. 100% plan on getting those. I just can't get them now because, well, they're expensive. And we didn't get them growing up because we had the handheld console. Like, what did we need the bigger console for? So we didn't get them then. Um, so that concludes today's video. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing, following, and sharing on Twitch. And if you're watching this on YouTube, in the description below, you will see a link for my Patreon channel and my Twitch channel. Please go there and become a Patreon and become a subscriber on Twitch. And yeah, thank you and good night.